Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all the other episodes, stop by raprankings.com or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform. Track 9, Colossus. Okay.
You know, I troll you with this. I troll you with this one a lot, don't I? In our private
I think
conversations.
you have before. You have before. But I gotta say, you know, this song, to be fair, listen to it obviously again, you know, for the show. I remember hearing it back when the album came out, being, you know, kind of amused. It was a standout on here for me. I give Colossus a flat 7.
I give Colossus a flat 6.
Oh wait, that's the wrong one. My bad. I tried to pull some shenanigans, some collusion. Flat 6.
Yep.
You don't like Colossus, or rather Colossus, as he said?
I don't.
He had a lisp.
You know, I hate to say it, but I only like the first 2 lines. I could skip it. I could skip it after the first 2 lines because then it gets a little weird. The first
Went
2
to
lines.
6 Flags, 6 redacteds came up and said, "Hey
Hey,
yo,
yo.
can we get a pic?"
I said no.
I said no.
No.
Oh man, listen, it's so. Let me say, you know, for those of you who don't know, the song is apparently named after the roller coaster Colossus at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Funny story. I went there with one of my best friends, my longest friend, my dog Cena. We went there. His parents dropped us off, and we were having a good day, even though the lines were long. And then we, because the lines were long, we were going on some of the smaller rides because the lines were shorter. You know that ride where you like the gravity? It's like a real scientific ride. You stick to the wall because they spin around so fast.
Oh yeah, oh man, I wouldn't do that.
We went on that. And we were fine. The first time I was like, but the line was still short. So we were like, let's get on it again. So we went right back on it again, not thinking anything of it. So we sticking to the wall looking like 2 idiots, you know, grinning and cheesing. There was, of course, like real experience, I guess, wall stickers in there who must really love this ride because they were like flipping upside down and like, you know, doing all this weird stuff. And I'm just... I'm just pinned to the wall, like, you know.
I love carnivals and amusement parks. I really do. They're like, it's part like I really like relate to Tyler on that level. And I was excited even when like Travis Scott, an artist that I really don't like, announced Astro World because I'm like, oh shit, Astro World, like this is
got me with that too.
This is gonna be amazing.
He got me with that too.
This doesn't sound like carnival-y enough. Like, I like carnivals. This doesn't sound carnival enough to me.
It's not sufficiently carny enough.
It's pretty, like, musically, it's more sparse, whatever.
Yeah.
And Tyler is left to kind of do his thing. Like, he's really, like, has diarrhea of the mouth on this one, recalling this story. Like I said, the first 2 bars crack me up every single time, but then I'd usually skip it because, you know, he said he was upset about the comparisons to Stan. I'm sorry, this person sounds
listen, and I wrote in my notes,
like a slightly less disturbed Stan.
Listen, long story short, it kind of does sound like Great Value Stan. I'm sorry, Tyler, but I like it. It's a flat 7, and
there's just so much stuff that like it's like. Until, like, even the second line, it's Wolfgang, Yonkers, Goblin is my shit, though. And I'm just like, oh, God, okay. So it's like...
I mean, it's the fan. It's one of the 6
redacteds. I know,
but...
And, you know, he's, you know, just going into this stuff until I heard Radicals. The last part got to me. He's, you know, Tyler, you're my hero. All this stuff is just like...
I mean, you're probably as irritated as Tyler was.
Yeah, but the thing is that...
Oh, by the way, I messed up. No, it's not. He doesn't have a lisp on Colossus. he says he's so fucking annoyed because he missed Goliath, but he's like, because I missed Goliath. He missed it. He didn't miss it. He missed it. You know? So, listen. He missed Goliath. I think he just wants to get on Colossus.
This isn't an amusement
The music
park
isn't
song.
sufficiently carny enough.
This is Stan 2. And I don't know, Tyler, in like emulating or imitating this person, this fan, or one of the 6 fans, I just don't connect to it. I don't like Tyler like that, so it doesn't.
Well, I'll say this.
And Stan's a better song. Stan's got Dido. You know, he's gone cold. I
wanna thank you.
Yeah, I want to thank you.
The best day of my life.
Stan, we
See,
got like
y'all don't know about the rest of the song. All y'all know is
more of a. No, they know the song. The song was a hit, bro.
They don't know nothing. They don't know nothing.
They know
the song.
They know it.
They don't know that. They know.
Patreon.com/rap rankings. They know it.
What that got to do with them knowing?
It's just an ad.
I'll say this. What Tyler says, rather, his exact quote, he's like, I hate Colossus because everyone keeps saying Stan, and I didn't realize that till after I wrote the shit. That song is just a real life thing. Like, I wrote 14 bars, and then I just kept going and wanted it to get all gay and weird, and now niggas think I purposely wanted to copy Stan. So, hey.
Well, I guess when it gets, quote, gay and weird is where the song just completely loses me. I just don't care. Well,
hey, I mean, I'll say this. What I do like about the music, although it is not carnival enough, it's basically just keys, sounds like synth strings. The bass lines are great across the whole album.
Only reason why it's carnival is because this situation took place at an amusement park. It's not a song that has anything to do with that otherwise. It's a classic, Jamba.
Well, I think musically, I will say this:
he was drinking Jamba juice.
I'll say this, to sort of finish my story too. Musically, it reminds me. I like how the music escalates to match the escalating discomfort he's feeling. They're like it builds up, it starts to swell as this guy's getting more obsessive talking to Tyler. I like the drum kit, it's very reverby, but the way the music ramps up reminds me of when we got off the sticking to the wall ride the second time. I took like 10 steps, and all of a sudden my body like turned as if it was like, and like I collapsed. Like, I fell to the ground, and Cena's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I think I'm fine. Like, I think like I'm just a little queasy because of the ride. I end up like laying on the ground, like the bare sidewalk of Six Flags for like 45 minutes. Listen, and Cena's just sitting next to me like, yo, what are we going to do?
I need another drop now.
Another drop?
I need that Gilly the Kid that get down on the ground. Get down on the ground.
Oh, God. Well, I had got down on the ground, and he was just staring at me for 45 minutes like, do you want me to get help? Like, what are you going to do? Like, we wasted an hour. I feel like I'm dying. To this day, I never felt like that again. I don't know what happened to my body. I think some organs got rearranged. It wasn't like nausea. It was like a physical,
folks,
like, cramp.
We finally have received the origin story for why Not Guilty got a 9.
Oh, come on. All right, listen. Guilty until proven innocent is a 9 minus.
Yeah, and every villain has their origin story, and every hero.
So you telling me
theirs.
I like a song with R. Kelly on it because I got on a Six Flags ride one too many times and it scrambled my insides.
Yep, 6 Flags, 6 Redacted. You know how it goes.
Anyway, the end of that story is eventually Cena went and got help. He left me there on the ground while he went to get help. And he came back with one of the Six Flags workers. It was Six Flags Magic Mountain. He came back. They had a wheelchair. And I crawled in the wheelchair. And they wheeled me to the first aid tent. And all I remember is like it felt like I was floating in and out of consciousness. They're wheeling me. I'm like, what am I, like 12 at the time? I'm in the wheelchair. And like, I'm just like, my eyes are low and everything's blurry. And I just feel everything swirling around me and everyone's looking at me. And I'm like slouched in the wheelchair like Stephen Hawking. And they get me to the first aid place. And like, ironically, as soon as I show up, I start feeling better. But like, well, no, it's like maybe 20 minutes. But like, they're like, do you want to call your parents or something? And I didn't want to call my dad because I didn't want him to worry, but I also felt like I was dying and this could be my last time on Earth. So get this. This is Six Flags Magic Mountain. I'm all the way in California. I call my grandparents. I don't know why, but I call my grandparents at like the very house I'm in right now. I call them here in Peoria, Illinois, and I'm just like, hey, I'm at the emergency tent at Six Flags. I'm like, what's going on? Are you okay? I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel all right. And I'm sure they were probably thinking like, why'd you call us? What are we supposed to do? But I called them. And like, even my dad was like, why didn't you call me? Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. My brain was scrambled. It felt like they were the people I should call. But yeah, that was the story of how I almost died at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Anyway, I recovered. We went on some other rides and I was fine.
No, let me tell you something.
Okay.
My prom night, 2005, is the first night I ever drank alcohol in my life.
Oh, see, there you go. That juice, that juice will do it to you, you know?
So I
wouldn't
drank
know because I don't
alcohol
drink it.
that night on my prom night. It was the first time. So I went all through high school without drinking alcohol. I worked a job, so I didn't drink alcohol on the weekends. I went to Domino's to answer the phones. I was getting that paper from an early age. Ask about me. But I got to tell you, I was drinking that alcohol. I was freaking just drinking. After, we were in that limo, we went to a apartment in the city, came in from the island, went to the city, stayed at the apartment, drank alcohol, and then the next day we were going to go to Six Flags in Jersey, day after prom. We were going to, people do stuff after prom. We didn't have a big, house to rent or anything like that. We didn't have it like that. But we had enough money to go to Jersey and, go to Six Flags. So we took the bus, I think from the Port Authority to Six Flags. But man, me and the boy David were really hungover. We were really, really hungover. I don't think we wanted to do it. I don't think we wanted to go, but everyone else was going. We were like, fuck it, let's just do this. We spent pretty much the entirety of our time at Six Flags, pretty much after doing our first ride and realizing that it's not good to be hungover on alcohol and go to an amusement park the next day and stand out in the hot sun and be dehydrated and get nauseous on rides. So we did one ride and got really sick, and the whole time, David and I were sleeping on benches in front of the coasters everyone else were going on.
Looking like vagrants?
Yeah, pretty much. Looking like, they have these, fake, in, the Mexico Village, and they have these, fake, sculptures or whatever of, Mexican dudes and sombreros, sleeping under trees. We were the human versions of those, but we weren't in Mexico Village half the time. We were all over the freaking park, sleeping in front of coasters on the benches. We were in a bad way, limbs hanging off the bench, just really not feeling it. We got brought to the infirmary. We didn't look to go to one. Someone called them for us, I guess, and they put us on, a golf cart. And we, rode the golf Wang, and we rode the golf cart to, the nurse's office, and they, let us into the, little trailer thing. They gave us ice water, and they let us lay down in a dark little air-conditioned room. And that's how
the air conditioning. I remember the air conditioning.
Yeah, the air conditioning. And that was how I spent the day after prom. Then we got on the bus, we got back to New York, right? No, everyone abandoned us. They didn't know what happened to us. They didn't know where we went because we couldn't tell them, yo, we're going to get to the nurse's office. They just took us basically, They were on a ride. They were online somewhere. So they had no idea what happened to us. One of my friends on the one that drops, I don't know, it's the free fall or whatever. It's it goes up and then it just goes straight down.
It's
that
the
one?
Superman ride.
Shah.
Are you talking about?
You know Shah.
Yeah, I know Shah.
Shah's phone got destroyed in that ride. It flew out of the grab. It was floating in front of his face apparently. Anyway, these motherfuckers left These motherfuckers left on like the bus out of there. They didn't know what happened to us. Shaw's phone is destroyed. Shaw's the only one that stayed back. The rest of these motherfuckers abandoned us. So it was me, Shaw, and David, and I think we ended up getting a bus home somehow. And yeah, that was the day after prom, and it was Six Flags in Jersey. Six Flags Great Adventure. That was a great adventure, all right.
Six Flags is one of those places where something always seems to happen when I go. It's something, you know.
When I went to Six Flags originally in Jersey, like the first time I ever went there, I had a blast. This time,
same here, actually. We went to the one in St. Louis, and we had the passes that let you skip to the front of the line for the whole day. So we rode everything.
I did that
like
at Six Flags, Ohio. What's that? Magic Mountain? Is that it? Or no? What is?
Well, Magic Mountain is the one again. Unless there are two Magic Mountains.
No, there's no two. There's no two. I did Cedar Point in Ohio, and I did the Six Flags there. They have a Superman ride there, where you're like on your stomach.
Right. Well, listen.
Colossus.
Colosso. I guess, you know, it's one of those songs I say on the show. I don't really want to ruin what happens, but I mean, you should just listen to it. But it's Stan-esque, and I'll say this. I don't care enough about Tyler to hear his demos and OG versions and leaks and scraps and drafts and alternates, because I'm not one of the guys from this song, one of the 6 redacteds. But on the Bad website, they had like some live version. I clicked it just to do it, and I gotta say, it sounds good. Really good, and I like it better actually than the studio version. Like a live version, it's like a different arrangement. He's like, it's the original version of Colossus. It has like a sax in it. I think I like it. I like it quite a bit. But yeah. Other than that, you know, there's really not much else to say. He does the Kendrick omission / caveman talk again at the very end. The fans like, that's when my fucking boy crush got start. It's supposed to be got started, but you know. That got started doesn't rhyme with Lockhart. Got start does rhyme with Lockhart. So, you know, I'm amused. What can I say? I'm amused by the record. I'm amused. It's flat 7. You know?
Okay.
It spirals to a place. Hey, I don't blame you. You're not one of the 6 redacteds, and neither am I. But I find the 6 redacteds to be funny, if not alarming.
It should have ended after he says no. And that would have been like one of the dopest tracks I've ever heard. Honestly.
Oh man. All right. Well, that's Colossus. Listen to it if you want. You know, want to know what happens.
Listen to it if you want to know what redacteds are.
That too. Let's move on. Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all the other episodes, stop by raprankings.com or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform.